10 times when Luka Doncic used skills to impress fans. In just a few years in the league, Luka Doncic has emerged as a genuine superstar in the NBA. He has a phenomenal array of skills that help him to do practically anything he wants out on the court. In today's video, we gathered 10 plays which show him using his skills to impress fans all over the world. This first play showcased Doncic's ability to handle the ball as well as his vision. He took a handoff at the top of the key and worked his way around a screen. He drove into the paint and maneuvered the ball all the way around his body. Instead of just doing the behind-the-back pass, it was just carried over, and he turned it into what looked like a floater over the arms of the center in front of him. The actual result wasn't what anybody was expecting. The floater was instead just an alley-oop pass from Doncic that was beautifully thrown and resulted in a nice dunk for his team. There aren't many players out in the league that can get an entire defense guessing just by a small, subtle dribble move like Doncic did. Sometimes you just have to stay patient and good things happen to you. Doncic was able to do that during this next play. With 4 minutes left in a 3-point game between the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings, Dallas had the ball. They were the team in the lead, but there wasn't too much time to let the possessions go to waste. The ball got deflected behind the half-court line with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Doncic was the only player to go grab it, and 3 defenders followed him. Despite the pressure, he remained composed and got across half-court with under 5 seconds left on that shot clock. Instead of passing or forcing a drive to the lane, he sidestepped right on the Mavericks logo and splashed in a deep three-pointer over the outstretched arms of his defender. Next, we go back to his court vision. It was still the first quarter of the game between the Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs, but Doncic was starting to heat up. He had the ball at half court exactly with 3 teammates in front of him and 3 opposing players in his sight. Doncic knew that he had to be sneaky in order to create an opening for his team here. He started to stare down the guy to his left, and all 3 defenders took a small step to their right in order to attempt to cover him as best as they could. Doncic then fired a no-look dime to his right. It hit his teammates right in the hands as he was wide open at the time. As you could probably expect from a great pass like this, it resulted in a hard dunk for Dallas. Let's just stick with the passing ability. After all, it's seriously impressive to watch for fans. Doncic was up against Bam Adebayo one-on-one in this game. He started to drive in on him, but when he went up for a layup, he realized that Adebayo had completely cut him off. To top it all off, Jimmy Butler jumped straight up in front of him to take away any other contortion opportunity to score that layup. Doncic then instantly clicked out of scoring mode and somehow stretched his arms behind Adebayo to deliver a bounce pass to his teammate, Dwight Powell. Powell just so happened to be cutting to the basket to try and grab an offensive rebound, so he caught it and converted on a contested layup. Yes, Adebayo was still able to contest it and make the shot difficult. Despite a play that looked like it had no openings whatsoever, Doncic got an assist out of it. Here we have a play starting off in the hands of Doncic's opponent. De'Aaron Fox attempted a mid-range jump shot but was a little off. The rebound landed in the hands of the Mavericks, and their center gently handed it backwards to Doncic, who was standing right next to him. Doncic didn't start advancing the ball though. He stood there for a moment just staring down the court. Then in a flash, he sent a two-handed chest pass all the way down the court and perfectly in the hands of his teammate that had got out in front of everybody on Sacramento. I believe it was Powell who caught the pass, pump faked one guy up into the air, and then did the same to another guy before finishing the layup for his team. A play that definitely wouldn't have happened without Doncic's vision. We already saw him throw up a nice alley-oop in this video, but what's one more? Doncic received a pass at the top of the key. He quickly stopped when he caught it and started scanning the floor. The guy that passed him the ball saw his defender slip off a little bit, so he started cutting hard to the rim. Doncic saw it immediately, and instead of firing a bullet pass towards him, he tossed up an alley, that his teammate was able to jump up for and grab. He didn't dunk it, unfortunately, but he was still able to lay it up, and in while still in the air. Just excellent court awareness on the part of Doncic and his teammate, and impressive that they were able to be on the same page there. Guess what? Doncic isn't just good offensively when out on the perimeter. He can back opponents down inside his frame. With 3 minutes left in a 7-point game against the Denver Nuggets, Doncic went to hit the dagger while being defended by Nikola Jokic. Chances are, Dallas just needed a few more buckets to ice this contest. It wasn't going to be easy though. Doncic didn't settle for a jump shot here. He started to back down the 7-foot Jokic in the paint and actually created separation for himself. Once he knew he had space, he used his leverage to spring backwards and shoot a one-legged fadeaway from the free throw line. It went up and in for Doncic, sailing over Jokic's arms in the process. It isn't often you get to see a guy back down Jokic and settle for a jump shot in the paint. Doncic has it all in his offensive repertoire. In this play, Doncic started to back down on Zach LaVine, working his way into the painted area. Despite a lot of resistance, he got both feet into the paint. Instead of just continuing his power move and attempting to convert some type of floater or layup, he did something different. He spun around and shot a wildly contested mid-range fadeaway that was still able to go in. Doncic was able to bank it off the glass for 2 points that looked easy for him, to be honest. There are a lot of players that wouldn't be able to put these moves together like he did, and the fans certainly appreciated his talents here. Let's just add finishing with contact to the list of skills as well. Here we see Dallas down by nearly 20 points, but they hadn't given up yet. Somebody needed to make a big play, and Doncic wound up receiving the pass here. He put a flurry of moves onto his defender before driving into the lane right past him. When he pump faked and got Aaron Gordon jumping into the air, all you could see was 5 white jerseys surrounding him in the camera frame with only Dwight Powell left to help him out. It seemed like there was nothing open, but Doncic didn't even think about passing the basketball. He knew the situation at hand, so instead of kicking it out, he used Gordon's jump to get bumped and create contact. Contact that was instantly whistled as a foul. On top of that, Doncic was able to rise up and still bank it off the glass for 2 points. It didn't matter what the coverage, Luka made the play happen by getting Gordon into the air. You didn't think we'd have one of Luka's signature step backs in this video, did you? Well, here it is. Luka spun out of a screen that was set to create a lot of separation and force a switch onto the opposing team's center. It was like the entire court knew what time it was right when the switch occurred. Everybody on Dallas started to just sit and watch while Doncic went to work. Luka did a few dribble moves between the legs and sort of lulled his defender to sleep, before quickly stepping back and firing a high arcing shot over the hands of the center. It sailed up and splashed down for 3 points, and the crowd just went wild. This was during a 7-point game with just 4 minutes left. San Antonio still had a shot to win the game, but this 3 almost took the air out of the Spurs fans in a matter of seconds. With that, we wrap up today's video on the 10 plays Luka Doncic used his skills to impress fans. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Also, feel free to smash that notification bell so that you never miss out on another video again.